Alright, welcome back everyone to the second episode of Thief Gold. Or first episode if you just wanted to skip the tutorial that we played in the episode that is numbered number 1. So let's jump right back into the game and play our first real mission. So let's press continue.
I have a simple job planned for this evening. Break into a guarded mansion, steal another fat nobleman's priceless trinket, and leave quietly. Lord Bafford is out of town, and rumor has it that the captain of his house guard went with him as a bodyguard. The time is ripe for a bit of burglary. The front gate of Lord Bafford's manor is always guarded, and the main street is far too exposed. But Cuddy tells me there's a better way in, around to the side, more out of the way. One guard, and likely no witnesses to complicate matters. The piece Cuddy wants is a scepter, silver, jewels, the usual adornments. It should command a high price. Bafford, like most of his kind, probably keeps his treasures on the top floor of the place, close to his heart, and far from his servants. No point in waiting. I have Cuddy's old sketches of the place, and everyone who's going to be asleep inside already is. It's time to begin.
Alright, so there we had the cutscene to our first mission, and as the quotes before the actual cutscene of Garrett talking about why we're going into Bafford's Manor showed, there's been some rift between Garrett and the Keepers. Apparently we are Garrett the Master Thief. We are very, very talented at what the Keepers taught us, but we decided not to stick around with them for different reasons. Apparently, according to them, we were impatient. Anyway, so now what we're going to do is we're going to sneak into Lord Bafford's Manor and case the place. Then what we're going to do is we'll find his prized jeweled scepter. We'll get 700 gold worth of valuables. I'm just going to assume it's gold that they use as a currency here. We're not going to kill anyone, and once we've achieved our objective, we're going to get out of the manor house and back into the street. So in the cutscene, we already saw Garrett's basically moral views on things. He's very, let's call it chaotic neutral or chaotic good if you're familiar with D&D. He just doesn't care about the nobility. He's very criticizing of the way they behave, and generally tends to keep to the servants, but most of all he's in for it himself. Basically always watch out for number 1. So here you've got the screen that you get before every mission, where you can review the briefing, so basically the cutscene, review your goals, and you can buy equipment. And what this window changes every single time that you get a new mission. So here we have some water arrows, some broadhead arrows, and some healing potions that we can buy. These are, we magically got a blackjack, our most useful piece of equipment, I'd say, throughout this entire game. We already got these thing. So we've got 8 water arrows that we can use to douse torches and even like big fires in a furnace. Well, maybe not quite a furnace, but in like below chimneys and stuff, if we want to find hidden doorways and stuff like that. Broadhead arrows we're not really going to use because these can accidentally kill guards if aimed badly. But they can be used to make noise. There's another noise head arrow that we can buy later on in the game that is a bit better at that, but they're not completely useless. And here we have our funds that we can use. So for now, I'll just go and buy some extra water arrows, maybe a healing potion because I tend to be quite clumsy in my digital undertakings, just as in my regular real life undertakings. So let's buy. Oh, we don't even have the funds to buy healing potions. They are very expensive. Well, let's hope that we will need more than one, and let's start with the mission. Alright, so here we've got the front gate of Bafford's Manor, and over there an alley that leads that way, and another alley that leads the other way. So Garrett already told us in the cutscene that we shouldn't try and go through the front gate, so we won't do that.
Hey, I'm going to the bear pit tomorrow. You want to come with? Couldn't pay me enough. What? You soft belly. The bears have got these new muzzles with underslung cheeks spikes. Last time I was there was a real eye gouging. Nah. It makes me sick. When I was a kid, surprised you're even in this job.
Ooh, the blood, it just turns my poor tummy.
Shut up, you taffer. You want blood? You should have been there years ago. Tell you, the bears then, they were something to see. Those bears, they didn't need no cheek spikes and razor collars and paw hooks and all that knifery you straps to them now. No paw hooks? What'd they do? Just bump into each other? Huh? Nah. The bears back then, they had claws as long as your finger and wicked teeth. Bears? You're doffing me. They look pretty mangy, harmless, long as they're not wearing harness. That's why I can't stand the pits now. You don't know what you missed. They just don't make bears like they used to. Whoa.
Okay, so here you can already see one of the reasons why I really love this game. It's all this banter between guards that you hear, and especially these slightly, now it's ironic, nostalgic jabs, because I'm actually playing this game purely out of nostalgia. They don't make bears like they used to. And we also hear the signature word of the series, which is Taffer. So Taffer basically means trickster, or yeah, something to that regard, but it can also be made into a verb like taffing, you are taffing me, as you heard, and an adjective in the same way. Oh, and here I don't think we can actually move further because there's a gate blocking us. So what we actually have to do is try and use that other alleyway that we saw. Actually, even though we can hear there's a guard nearby whistling, I think as long as we're outside on the streets, we're safe. Like, they won't try anything.
A few too many to try to get by here.
Yes, Garrett commented again that it's not a good idea trying to get by there. Let's see if we go this way. And here we can see once again that this universe, well, you probably saw before because we've got electricity and stuff, that this is sort of a, I guess you'd call it a fantasy science universe, because it's not science fantasy necessarily, because science fantasy is used for something like, if you've read or seen Dune, where science fiction is prevalent, but there's, or very high-tech science is prevalent, I should say. and there's some smidgens of fantasy in there, whereas in this case it's reversed. We've got some technology like steam and electricity, but mostly we are like in sort of medieval fantastical times, so we will come across some pretty crazy stuff that is not explainable by science later on, but won't get into that just now. Oh, look, there is a grid here. Oh yeah, if we go down there we will get some extra items and we will encounter spiders. We could actually try and do that. I'm liable to fall down though and lose health points, so no, I managed to do that. Because do remember, we need to get 700 gold worth of items, so the quicker we do that, the better. So, like a proper thief, we're here in the sewer system, and let's look at our map. Yeah, so maps. I didn't show this to you in the tutorial, but now is a good time to use it. So maps in Thief are also one of the great things about it. It's not like here is the entire layout of the place that you're going into. Like, this is a very well made map for a level, and it is this well made because it's the first level in the game. But once you get like further in, we have like completely blank maps as well. So here we have these annotations, which makes it far more personal. We have this like sort of blue shading to indicate where we are roughly, but we don't know exactly where that is. So all these things are stuff that I really like about Thief, because it's not as exact and clear cut, like you're here, go here, follow the arrow. It's more like figured this out, and if we ever get into combat, you'll see that Garrett is actually super squishy and will die easily, and the maps just really also feed into this idea that Garrett is, well, he's a master thief. He is, just like any human, really prone to dying if things go wrong, and he isn't omniscient, so we are really vulnerable in a way, and that's what I really like about the series and everything that's used in this series. And by series I mean Thief, The Dark Project, Thief 2, Dawn of the Metal Age, I think it's called, and what is it called? Thief 3, Deadly Shadows. There, I'm starting to forget names of things again, I'm getting old. It really hones in on this aspect that Garrett is weak and vulnerable. Thief Deadly Shadows may be less so, but it's still there. So back to the sewers. Let's see what we can find here. Okay, another sewer grid where we can go up. A door. What do we have here? Okay. A mechanical switch that does something. Okay, assumed it opened the gate here. And something else. I mean, we did want to go in through the sewer system, that much I do remember. Did we want to go in like that? I mean, I assume so, because there's no point in us trying to get in to that bit without actually having access to it, so let's jump in there. Okay. There we have a guard, and he's visibly drunk, which is great for us. And another guard that is whistling. There, let's pickpocket you.
Could you possibly be any more helpful?
Let's thank our lucky stars. Alright. I'm simply going to assume that we're going to jump down here. Let's hope it doesn't kill us. Okay, objective updated. Okay. And this is Garrett swimming. Not that different from Garrett walking. This is a 90s game after all. Animations weren't that widely spread for different things, I just assume. There we have a breath bar as well, as you saw with the green bubbles. But yeah. Let's see where this takes us. Alright. Here we are. We have gotten into the house. Well, the basement of Lord Bafford's manor. And they will make lots of loud noise. But there is nothing, hopefully, in the basement. Nothing too scary, at least, that could threaten us. Yes, we're inside. Someone should tell him to plug this hole, just like after we leave, because all sorts of vermin could come in. Like Burricks. We will get to what Burricks are. Burricks are essentially what in my youth, when I first played this, and I was like about 8 or something, called dinosaurs. Well, dinosaurs that retched poisonous acid gas. Alright. We are inside.
Well, we're fine. But I've been thinking we should watch the outside. That's stupid. People will worry about there on the inside. No, then you catch them before they get inside, you taffer.
Yes. I love the humor in this series. Well, this game. I shouldn't say series, although the humor doesn't really change unless you play the reboot of, was it 2014? But yeah, I do really love the humor. It's this dry humor that is sort of sarcastic and playing on the stuff that is evident and making the guards be sort of this Monty Python-y stupid people. Let's see. I don't want to bump into a guard just when I turn a corner. I mean, they are nearby somewhere. You know what? Let's try and douse that torch. How much do you want to bet that we'll miss? No, we didn't. Good. Okay, there's a guard coming. Let's stand like this, so if he comes inside here, we might be able to blackjack him. Okay. Where are you? Moving like that. Okay. Let's hope we can catch you just before someone else turns around the corner. And success. We've blackjacked you. Now let's go and hide you somewhere where your friends can't find you. Because if they do, just like in more modern games, they will raise the alarm and start like looking for you, and it will make your life so much more difficult. It can also serve as a distraction though. So if they see one of their fellow comrades just like sprawled out like that, they will start searching for you somewhere and try and like bring friends there too. But if you're no longer interested at that part of the level, they're kind of concentrated there and not in your immediate way, or not patrolling in your immediate way, which is kind of nice. And I probably should try and like quick save this in case there's like, what do I know, a death or whatever. So let's see. F9 was quick save? No. F4? Well, let's do a hard save. Just in case something horrible were to happen. I will figure out which hotkey it was that quick saved for next time. Okay, we have got here like grassy, mossy surface, which really doesn't go together very well with that fire that we have over here, but I am happy about it because it means that our footsteps aren't as loud as they used to be. But yeah, someone should tell Lord Bafford that moss, grass and fire, not a good idea. Could start a fire. and burn down your house with all your valuables. Yeah, as you see, the ambient like sound in this game is really nice as well. It scares the crap out of me, but it's part of the like thing that makes this game, I keep saying series, I mean to say game, really nice, because it does have this, when we get into the plot a bit more, this creepy, fantastic-y side to it as well, and it's kind of foreshadowed with the music here as well. Alright, so we are in, if we look at the map, yeah, we're still in the basement. So we want to like move further up, but let's hope we don't like bounce into a guard by accident. Like now we're getting up. I wonder who that one guard that we knocked out, like the first guard we knocked out, was talking to, because I doubt it was the one that we just knocked out. Well, hopefully that won't like bite us in the ass when we're trying to get out, because I think we want to try and get out the same way that we got in. Oh, see, this is what I keep talking about. We opened this chest and we picked up a vase, something, and now the only way of putting it down is doing that, and luckily no guards heard us. Okay, there's some serious sleepage going on. Okay, now let's see how far into, if we want to go in there, because he's like sleeping and whatnot, I might want to knock him out, but we will leave that to next time. So thank you for watching, thank you for coming again. I will see you in the next episode when we will try and go into that room and knock the sleepy person out, or at least steal all his valuables. So see you next time, take care.